Blog Talk Radio.
Welcome to Spirit Medium Laura Mediumship and Messages. Here you can enjoy healing to happiness with exceptional, evidential, and ethical spirit communications. Spirit Medium Laura has been channeling spirit for over 30 years. She is a research medium and is featured as a top 100 psychic in America. Here is Spirit Medium Laura now.
Hi, everybody. This is Laura. Welcome to the show. Thank you so much for calling in and listening, or whatever attention you're giving us. Today, we will be doing mediumship, messages, healing, perhaps, depending on what your needs are. There is a website for the show called spiritmediumtv.com. That's spiritmediumtv.com, and everything I'm about to say is located on that particular website. So for the first 15 minutes or so, I'm going to give you a focus subject, then a group message, and then we will go to the phone lines by approximately 15 minutes after the hour. If you would like to get a discount on a private session with me, that's item 1 on spiritmediumtv.com. Item 2 is how to be in to win a private session with me, which is a monthly contest. We had our winner for May, and we will have a winner for June. And you're only competing with those people that join the mailing list during the month we're in. So if you're listening and you're not on the mailing list, item 2 on spiritmediumtv.com tells you how to join the mailing list so that you can be in to win. Item 3 on spiritmediumtv.com allows you to make a donation, so you're guaranteed that you're spoken with during the show. It's called the 8 No Wait, which is an $8 donation. So if you have an urgent matter that just can't wait, donate 8 and jump the gate. That donation goes to Desi's Animal Rescue. The fourth thing on that page is extremely exciting. There's a live video feed of me on spiritmediumtv.com, so you can actually watch my head in front of the camera looking funny. Today I did style my hair and I look rather rested, so maybe it won't be as disturbing as other days when I'm not doing that same thing. The focus subject for today is happiness. Okay, a secret to happiness. I don't pretend to know really much about happiness, but every now and then I do get some little bit of understanding of it. Most of it comes in from spirit or spiritual teachings. So, think about your own life, all of you listening. Sometimes we're happy, sometimes we're not. Seems like we're always somewhere on that continuum, either happy or not happy, or on whatever. You're either in ecstasy, and then when you're so happy, you think, oh, how long is this going to last? And then you start to get unhappy because you need to go through an unhappy phase because you get back to the happy phase. So if you feel that your life kind of is like that, one moment you're happy, next moment you're not, listen up. Maybe there's an idea here for you. And so I would like to suggest that feeling happy or unhappy is not the secret to happiness. It's actually irrelevant. And there is perhaps the secret to happiness. The Buddhists teach us to, rather than react to everything that's going on outside of ourselves, enter the now and align with it. One would call that mindfulness, living in the now. There's a great book by that subject called The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. That's Tolle. If you look it up, you'll learn a little bit more. Probably most of you have heard of the book. But there's something about being in the moment rather than objectifying or analyzing or thinking about the moment that is very healing and is indeed a secret to happiness. I only say it's one secret because I don't think I have all the answers, nor do I think that is the only answer. But let's just focus on living in the now, being in the now, entering the now for a moment. So how does one enter the now? Okay. Well, a very handy way, excuse the pun, to enter the now is to focus on your physical form. If you were going to do a mindful meditation, you might even focus in on the feeling of the air on your skin. maybe one little location on your body. And every time your mind drifts away, you bring it back to that particular focus. Or you could focus on your breath, for example. Unwittingly, I took a class. I didn't realize I was going for counseling, but the counselor told me how to meditate. And he had me do a focus of my left thumb on my thigh for 5 minutes, then 10 minutes, for a week at 10 minutes, a week at 5 minutes, until I finally was up to like 30 minutes of focusing on my thumb as it felt on my thigh. And what happens when you do that is you stop being in a reactive mode. Oh, this is good, that's not good. You stop being in a judgment mode. You enter a mode of being that is aligned with source, with God. One could call that oneness. And oneness is the secret to happiness. So if you ever, here's some 3 ways to quickly connect back to the now if you're feeling anxious. First way is to swallow some water and pay attention to how the water feels as you're swallowing it. Just do that a few times. Do it slowly and deliberately. It'll bring you right back to the now. That's when you're feeling anxious. Do that. Another thing is to take a walk and focus on the feeling of your feet pushing against the ground, for example. That's a grounding exercise, which is what we're talking about here. Another one that just popped in yesterday as I was talking to a friend is to rub the palm of your hand. So take your right hand, rub the palm of your left hand, or vice versa. And you'll notice the palm of your hand is so sensitive that it really brings you right back to your body and to how you feel. It's very soothing to do that. And by the way, the palms of your hands are energy centers, energy portals. So those are 3 ways that could be construed to be a secret to happiness. So do something physical next time you feel alone, lost, stuck, unhappy. And I'm pretty certain that your mood will shift from lackluster to pretty decent, perhaps just pushing you over the edge to happy. Okay, so there's an article on this on the right sidebar of spiritmediumtv.com if you want to check that out again. Okay, so now we're going to do a little meditation and then a group message will come in for you. Everybody listening, everybody participating, if you would please sit back in your respective chairs and start to breathe from your abdominal area, allowing yourself to get very light and relaxed, breathing in deeply and exhaling deeply. Feeling good about yourself, allowing spirit in to you through the breath. And as you do that, if you're looking for an other side connection, please ask your loved ones to come in from the spirit world. Say hello to them. Have them sit down with you in the room you're in. And if you're looking for an answer to a life question, please think of the question now. Get it firmly squared away in your mind, and ask spirit that an answer be presented to you during our time together. Same as for healing. Get the issue in your mind and ask for healing. As you do that, I'm going to do the prayer. I'll be back in a second. And now what I would like you all to do on your next exhale of breath, I'd like you to release into your space your energy, and I will connect us. One moment, please. Okay, interesting colors come in. When I do the connection, quite often when I'm doing the radio show, all of a sudden all different kinds of messages come in, and usually clairvoyantly in the form of colors. And something a little different. First I saw blue and green, which means we need communication here today, and we need healing, which is obvious, I guess. But then what came in is something to do with a psychic connection. Somebody in the audience is very psychic. Oh, I think it might be something else. Somebody here is calling about a problem that she's had in her home, Patty, and it might be that because this purple color is coming in on the left side of the form that I saw. Okay, so first I'm going to do a little mediumship for the first person that I spoke with earlier, and that would be Diane, I believe, and then we'll go to Patty. Hello, Diane. How are you, honey?
Hi, Laura.
Huh?
Fine, thanks. Thanks for taking my call.
Yes, and you're 561. Are you in Southeast Florida today?
Yes, yes, I am.
Okay. And so I feel a mother figure around you. I'm going to just develop that a little bit, if I might. May I go so? May I go in that direction,
Oh,
please?
certainly.
Okay. This is for Diane
Certainly.
561. Okay. I don't know why this is so, but this particular female that I see here, very cute. Okay, petite kind of physique. Uh, Whitish hair, fluffy, a little bit higher on top, layered in the shorter range. A very nice straight nose, a bit pointed, cute little lips, a little bit of an overbite. High cheekbones, cheerfulness around the eyes. As I said, she does not, well, I didn't really say it, but I'll say it, not really heavy, not heavy at all, more on the slender side, except when we get into the abdominal area, and I don't know what that's about. It's like sticking out. It could mean something. Let me see if I can get a little bit more out of her before we continue. You want to show me anything else, please? I'm asking the soul. No, she says you've seen enough. Really? Okay. And she's very sweet. Okay, he's got a nice little smile. From the description I've given you so far, does that ring a bell, please?
No, it really doesn't.
Oh, okay. Do you have a mother figure in spirit, my dear?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Was she on the petite side?
No, not at all.
Okay. So there's a female here, whether or not you know her, she's very clear to me. Okay. And let me see if she can connect to you in some other way. Maybe say something that'll trigger a memory because she's just there, cantankerous almost, with a little smile there. Very sweet. Okay, who are you, please? This is for Diane. I've got Diane on the line here. All right, I'm going to ask you, the soul and spirit, to step aside. Maybe it will unravel, maybe the mystery of that person will disappear or be revealed to us as I move forward. Let me see who we have for Diane. Diane 561, please. Somebody come in for Diane 561. Okay, there's a woman that does present. I don't see her as well, although you saying she was not petite, so that could be influencing me to think she's bigger. But what I hear is cardiovascular issues. Does that make sense for your mother figure, please? Cardiovascular.
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
She says for a long while she had them, not just at the end of her life, but it was of significance in the family line. Other people in the family have the same thing. She also says that it showed in her veins and her legs, even, and she says she had varicose veins. Do you understand that, please?
Oh, yes.
Okay. There's a severe heart problem going on within her. It's lasting for quite a long time. She also says she has lung issues. She has difficulty breathing as well. She says she had a lot of pain in her body, and being relieved of her body at the end was almost a blessing in disguise. She laughs a little bit at you, saying, "I love you so much. Please don't take that the wrong way." She says, "I know that you didn't want me to go, but I know that you also released me at the end." She says, and that is a point of conspicuous um, acknowledgement. It has to be acknowledged of how you didn't want her to go, but you also literally let her go, and that there was a moment where you literally did that, sort of in a prayer at her bedside, holding her hand, something like that. Does that make sense to you, please?
Yes.
Okay. She wants to acknowledge that she heard your words and felt your feelings, and that she was released to God, to spirit. She shows me her more visuals now. I'm going a little bit different with her than other souls. Usually I see them first. Um, that she shows me hair is very white. It looks it looks like it's soft and flowing around her, but not real long. It's layered. It could come up to like, it's on the shorter side, but not real short. Do you understand the hair, please?
Yes.
Okay, very beautiful hair. She has full lips. She's wearing glasses. Her face is, with age, it's sort of melted a bit, Do you understand full lips, please, and glasses?
Mhm.
Okay. Very loving person, very sweet person. Um, always had her always had her arm out for you. Not an unkind word spoken. She says between you and her for most of your life, she says you and her got along really well together. Do you understand that, please?
Yes.
Okay. She says that you have a child under you. She says it's a son. Do you understand that, please?
Yes.
Okay, and he's a very good person, loving and kind also. And you have a very responsible family, beautiful offspring. She says, in general, our family is a very kind sort. We're all very helper sorts. We don't hurt people. And she laughs a little bit and says, we're all good citizens. She says, I'm with God and the angels. I hear birds singing every day. She says, I love birds. You know how I love birds, don't you? Oh, interesting. Do you know how she loves birds, honey? Diane?
No.
Okay. Well, she's saying she loves birds, and I think there's significance to the birds, okay? So, what I'm thinking is that she's saying that there's a way of her connecting with you through birds. So, have you had any birds come around maybe in an odd way that sort of you noticed of late?
I live on a lake, and so we have a lot of birds. And there has been one large bird that's been coming very often, almost daily.
All right. Well, then let me just ask Mom about that. Are you saying? See what she wants to say about that. The bird on the lake can be misconstrued. I know, she says. However, it is of my family and the way I speak to you. I try to speak to you through the being of others, through other beings, other animals, birds, people. Sometimes you will hear me in the words of others as well. Sometimes you will hear me in the words of a baby as well. Just listen for me everywhere you go, and you will hear me, for I'm always with you. And there's also a sense of a grandchild. So if you don't have a grandchild, like a baby, you will be having one. And that even in the mouth of the baby, there'll be words that will be said that will sound just like uh, your mother. Do you have a baby now, a grandchild in the family, honey?
I have 2 grandchildren, yes.
Okay. So I guess what we want to conclude with this, because that's what your mom's trying to say, is that there's a lot of you'll be hearing things that come from the mouth of babes, mouth of animals, or just through things around you that will remind you of your mother. So just keep your eye peeled for that. There's also like an E name, like an Ellen or an Eleanor or something that pops in as well. Does that name have any immediate significance to you?
Elaine, yes.
Elaine, okay. There you go, my dear. Your mother's come in and she's come to say hello to you and she loves you very much. I don't know who that other little lovely little sylph was, that little angel before, but whoever she is, she, she certainly has significance, but I don't know what it is. Let me see one other thing about that. Mom, I'm asking your mother, do you have any understanding of who that person is, please? Okay. Okay, he's a friend of your mother's. A friend of your mother's, and
Oh, okay.
an old friend of your mother's, somebody she knew most of her life, was also there in spirit. And so if you think about it, maybe if you think about some of the friends your mother had that went to spirit before her, she says, actually, this particular woman, and there's a son under this woman, and that you might know that person. So I'm going to leave you with that to ponder over.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you, Diane. You don't smoke, do you, honey?
Yes, I do.
Oy, oy, oy. Mommy doesn't like that.
I know. She's one to talk.
All right. Well, she doesn't like it. Well, she would know about those things then. All right.
I know.
Well, she's telling me to tell you not to smoke. Sorry, honey.
Okay, I'll try to listen to her advice.
All right, love. You have a beautiful day, Diane.
Okay.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
You too. Thanks, Laura.
Bye-bye, honey. Bye. Okay. All righty. We're going to go to the Patty, who's got an issue of something she's been seeing. Hi, Patty. Patty?
Hello.
Hi, sweetheart. So you've been sensing or seeing. Don't say too much to me. We're going to follow a couple of rules. So this way we can see if we pull in something that you can validate without you revealing. If you reveal everything to me, then I'm going to be influenced. So let's play the game of don't tell Laura much, Patty. So hold on for a second. You said you have seen, already you told me this. I'm just reviewing what I think you said, which is twice. I think you had a sighting twice. And I believe you're seeing this ghost, or it appears to be a ghost. Is that correct, please? You're actually seeing it.
Yeah.
All right. And the third thing that you said is that now it's starting to really trouble you because, okay, they're giving me words now that you feel you're being watched. It's come in twice. You're starting to get a weird feeling. Is that correct, please?
Right.
All right. All right. So we're feeling watched. It feels like a man to me. Okay. It feels like a man. Actually from a different era, older person. You're not that old yourself. Who is this man? Why do I see a man that's wearing a hat that reminds me of, it's like a brimmed hat, fedora kind of hat. I know it's going to sound really weird because how could you possibly know anyone that looks like this? And it might not be somebody you know. But what I do see is a man wearing a hat with a brim to it, a fedora. He seems to have a mustache, and he's smoking a cigar, and he has a Latin look about him. He's wearing a suit. He reminds me of somebody from the 40s or 50s, 1940s or 50s, not a person of this time and era. I see him for some reason sort of lurking in the shadows and observing you here and there. Now, you don't have to relate to anything I said, but I'm going to ask you if you do. It doesn't, it's not a test or a good or bad answer. Have you sensed anything about this person visually, please? Just yes or no.
This is not good intention.
That's the only thing. Okay, so I'm going to ask you again. Just say yes or no, sweetheart. So you have sensed something about him, and you've already revealed that it's not good intentions. Okay. Have you sensed whether it was a male or a female, please? I'm asking you this for validation. No, you haven't. Okay. So what I see is a man. I don't necessarily think he's going to hurt you, but he is seeming to observe you for some reason, and it doesn't seem to be in a nice way. Okay, it seems to be almost in a licentious way, if you will. That you might even sense him when you're going to sleep at night or when you're getting undressed. Is that the case, please? Yes, just yes or no, honey, please.
No.
Timing. Okay, so timing is not, the timing I just gave you is not relevant. Just the sense that you feel is not a good spirit. Okay, so what do we do with this now? I'm trying to figure out what we could do to clear this. I'm trying to, hold on, honey, it's going to take me a moment. Let me see something with your father and your grandfather and your mother and ex-boyfriends and all that. Let me just see. Doesn't feel like anyone you know. Is that correct on your perspective, honey?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Doesn't feel like anyone you know.
Yeah.
Why would this have come in? Let me just see. I'm going to ask Spirit straight out. Why would this person be here with her? I'm going to ask him. Why are you here with Patty? Why do you follow her? I like her. Okay. This is making Patty very uncomfortable, please. Would you please leave? What do you want with her? I don't want anything other than just to be around her energy. Very nice. Patty is very nice. Well, Patty's uncomfortable with you there, and it's not right for you to be hanging out between dimensions. It's time for you to go back to spirit, or to go into spirit world, please. I don't want to go. Why not? Because I'm lonely. Well, you won't be lonely if you're in spirit. Okay, I believe you. All right. And okay, so now what I'm going to do, Patty, is I'm going to send him into the tunnel of light. I would like you to do the same with me and everyone that's listening. Imagine that there's a tunnel of light and that we're asking this man to go into it, actually requesting, and in the light is his guide. Okay, so please, sir, if you would step into the tunnel of light. Okay. So what I'm seeing right now is that he's been sucked into the tunnel of light and that he has left you. Okay. I'm also sending into your space where you live white light to clear and re-energize the location. The last thing I'm going to say to you is if you still are having this issue, I suggest you contact the Gold Coast Paranormal Society, which is in Florida. You can ask for Donna McClellan if you'd like. I know her. And ask them to come in and do some testing and see what they say. But I believe I've just sent him into the light, and I don't see any reason why he would be there other than he was curious about you. I'm trying to see, usually it's a two-way street. There's something in you that also would allow that to happen. Not that you're giving him permission, but maybe something in your home has a portal, a doorway that somebody can step through. Usually it starts with emotions. So let me look at that for a second, Patty. What is the first letter of your what's the first letter of your last name, honey?
C.
C is in Carol, okay. And is there somebody that
No, B is in boy.
Okay.
B is in boy.
Okay. I also get a feeling or a name like George. Do you know anyone like that, please?
Jeff?
No, it doesn't matter. I just hear this name. I see G like George. Like a person, probably somebody alive. Do you know anyone like that, please?
No, right off the bat.
All right, hold on. So Patty, B is in, you said B like in boy is the first letter of your last name, right?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. I'm just going to go around your space. You're clear in your mind. You don't have any kind of things going on. I don't see anything in you that would be bringing this in personally. The only, and I don't even see a broken heart. I don't see anything. You see you're fairly logical. You're very organized. You keep your space clean. Everything's good in your life. So what it would be then is just simply there's a portal there, an energy opening. I want to also check one or two other things. I'm going to be silent for a moment. You have not moved there recently. Is that correct, please? This is not a new space that you're living in. Correct. Is that correct?
Right.
Yeah, because they just answered and said no.
That's correct.
All right. Are there any I'm going to ask Spirit if there are any portals. Hold on. I'm doing it two different ways. Are there any open portals in her living environment, please? Hold on. I need to focus deeply. Okay. Interesting. Spirit is saying that there is an open portal, an energetic portal under your sink. Okay, under your sink. Now that doesn't mean it's plumbing. They mean it's energetic. So I'm going to clear that.
Right.
I'm clearing it right now. But what I do here is that in the kitchen, it looks like there was an argument in the kitchen. You might have been on the phone or something. And what that did was it feels like this argument was never resolved and it left an opening energetically. You may not remember the argument, you may remember the argument, but there's sort of like a hard feelings around someone or something that you had that created an opening energetically in the home. Let me just see if I could find out who it is that you had the argument with. Is your mother still alive, honey?
No.
She's in spirit. Did you get along with her, love?
Yeah.
You did get along with her. Okay. Do you have sisters?
Yeah.
I think it might have been a disagreement with one of your sisters. It's not something that you did wrong, okay? I'm just saying that once we have an argument, and I didn't know this till today because they're telling me, I use spirit as my instructor. And what I'm being told is that argument left something very unsettled and unfinished, and it also left an energy portal. So what I'm doing is I'm sending in light to heal it, clear it, and close it. And if you continue to have this issue, go to Gold Coast Paranormal Society.com and ask them to come in and continue the research. Okay?
Okay.
All right, sweetie. Thank you
Okay.
so much, honey, and I wish you well with that, okay?
Thanks for,
You're welcome, honey.
yeah, thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
your help.
Thank you.
I feel a lot better. Thank you.
All right, love. Thanks. Bye-bye. You know, I always feel a little insecure doing those kind of things because there's so few things we can use to validate. And I like to have the security of a validation, you know? You know what I mean? In other words, I get information and the person I'm talking with can say yes or no to that. In this case, it was a little bit difficult to do, but I feel better about that now. So I'm going to go to Akansha, I think she's calling from India. Hello, Akansha. How are you? Hi. How are you?
Hi.
Are you
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. Are you calling from India?
Yes.
Oh my goodness, I'm so honored to have you call all the way from India. Welcome to the show. Okay, you're welcome. So I'm feeling that you're calling about a man. You said you have a question. It's a life question, so please give me the question.
Yes. It's about whether you see my future partner being a little spiritual or
Yeah.
something on that side.
Okay, let's see if we can see your future life partner being spiritual. Yes or no? Well, first of all, let me just ask Spirit a question quietly to myself. Yes, you do have a partner now. Don't you have a partner right now, love? You don't have a man associated with yourself?
No.
No, no one?
Romantically, no.
Okay. Well, I just asked Spirit if you had a partner, and they said yes. So I'm not quite sure why that is the case. Has somebody been? I know in India sometimes they have arranged marriages, even to this day. Do you have anybody who's been selected for you?
No.
No. Okay. Back to the drawing board. Well, then why are you asking the question? Because wouldn't you have a choice then? If you want a romantic... Go ahead.
I have been looking for somebody, but I have always been very skeptical about them not being like spiritually tuned to what I believe in.
No, well, that's up to you now. You know, is it? Go ahead. Go ahead.
I believe that I've been blocking somebody entering me.
Oh, okay. Now we get to
the question.
Thank you. Okay. Because what you asked, see, to me, it doesn't make any sense to ask, will I have a partner who's compatible with me? Because that's a contradictory question. So now I understand why. In other words, we choose our partners. We're not going to choose somebody who doesn't have our values. So why are we not choosing then is the question. Let me just see if I can find a reason for that, and then we can deblock you or unblock you. Hold on for a second, Concha. You're very smart. You're very analytical in your approach to everything. You do have an open heart. You're not very materialistic. You don't like to hold on to things. You're not very okay. You don't like to hold on to things, but you're not very open to change at the same time. It's interesting. You don't want to possess anything or anyone, but yet you don't like change. You're very fixed in your ways. So Spirit would like you to know that part of being spiritual is learning how to accept each person for the way they are. It's a part of being spiritual. And so although you're not materialistic, which could be an aspect of spirituality, there's another aspect of spirituality which you can add into your life, and that is acceptance of self and others. For right now, you are not very flexible You're very inflexible. So by virtue of being more accepting of each person's own unique way of feeling the deity, feeling God, being spiritual, you will be able to pull this new person into your life and have new experiences. The issue here is from shifting to your idea of what spiritual is to a broader one, and in that way you will have a partner that then is spiritual. You need to be a little more flexible. I hope that that makes sense to you, please, Akansha.
Yes.
Okay, sweetheart. And you will be able to do that without much work. It's just that you have thought that spirituality is very specific. You've been indoctrinated with certain ideas, and your guides are saying through me to you that some of what you've been taught is correct, but there's more to spirituality than you understand. So now you need to ask your guides for an understanding that's broader and be more accepting of others. I'm going to let you go now, honey. Thank you
Yes.
so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, love. Bye-bye. Okay, that's wonderful. Alrighty, let's see who's been holding the longest. It looks like it's Sherry, who's been here quite a long time. Oh, there's a lot of people, actually, who's been here a while. Hello, Sherry. How are you today?
Good afternoon, Laura.
Good afternoon, or good morning, depending on where you are, but obviously you're on the east side. Hi, honey. So what can I do for you, love?
I would want to see if you can pick up from spirit, kind of where I am energetically is bringing someone in, and what you in any message you pick up in that arena.
You want me to bring somebody in? What do you mean by that?
Or what energy for me bringing someone in? Take a look at my energy.
So you mean romantic partner? Is that what you mean, love?
Yeah.
All right, let's see. Well, okay, Spirit, how's Sherry shaped? How's Sherry shaped for love? Oh, they said, well, you're a nice ripe tomato. They said you're a ripe orange. You're fine for love. Hold on, let me just go a little deeper, Sherry. 806. Sherry, you're very open. You're very clear in your thinking. You're very clear and clean cut in your thinking, like a very sharply, like a sharp knife. You know how to, slice, dice something very quickly, analyze situations. So that's a good thing, okay? And I think it's because you've come through some issues with others in the past, and you've become very incisive now in your judgment, very incisive in your judgment and in your intuitive leaps. At times, however, you're leaping a little bit before looking. And so what they're saying is a way to clear up your drawing in the right person is to ease up a little bit. Ease up a little bit. And don't judge too quickly, because there is somebody new coming in the near future that you will like very, very much, and you'll be a little bit concerned. There'll be certain things about this individual that will put a red flag up for you, and you'll say to yourself, I'm not sure, I don't know, and you'll be blocking it. So we want, as your guides, we're going to suggest to you as your guides to be a little bit more understanding of imperfection, because perfection doesn't exist, and it's not the road to happiness in love anyway. And what happened to you in the past is you were in a situation that made you think the only way not to duplicate that is to find somebody just right. And what they're saying is just right doesn't exist, but good people do. And so they want you to adjust the way you're being incisive in judgment. Now, I know there's a lot of words. I can summarize it, but let me just ask you first, does that make sense to you, honey?
Not really. I understand in theory what not being flexible, like you told the last person, and I'm being pretty open with what I'm willing to let in, as long as it's for my highest and best.
Okay. So what I'm getting is that there was something. I'm getting that you're not the same as the other person. The information is a little different. Let me just see if I can say it. You seem like a very smart person, very sharp. Okay, very wise. I am getting a message like you were involved with somebody who dragged you down, was not at your caliber, and perhaps even was rather toxic for you. Would you agree with that, please?
On all priors, yeah.
Okay. And unwittingly, and even in an unaware state, you are analyzing new people that come in, looking for something that doesn't hold those qualities within it. And they're saying that even though you think you're open and this and that, and you are, I mean, I'm not saying that you're not open, but you're misjudging candidates that are coming in because of the disappointments of the past. So I'm going to see if I can give you, because even for me, it's hard for me to understand unless I give you more information, how to judge or how to analyze what's coming in. This way you don't, this way you don't cut it off. Because what they're saying is you've been cutting off people before they've even had a chance to start. Because if they have the slightest thing that seems like what you once had that didn't work, they're out of here. You don't want to entertain them because you're extremely smart. Let me see if I could get something here specific. I want to get a specific example for Sherry, please. Okay. Okay, so one area seems to be money. You're careful with money. You take care of your money, and you don't want somebody who's not up to par in the area of finances. Would you agree with that? That's what they're telling me.
Yes.
Okay, so what I'm being told this for a reason, because there's going to be somebody coming in the near future that will feel junior to you in that energy of money. And it will not be the same problem that you've had in the past of somebody who was using you for money or was not, responsible with money. But this person will just be at a more junior level than you, but will be responsible with money. So be flexible when that comes in, because it will work out for you if you're careful. So don't mistake certain things for dysfunction, because in the area of money, there will be somebody coming in who may not have as much as you, may not be quite as secure as you are, but will have some difficulties in that area, but is responsible and is working on it. And so with that, I say you are going to have somebody, but you do need to make that shift. Okay? All right, sweetheart. Thank you. Thank you, love. Bye-bye. Okay, I'm going to go to Aaron, who's wanting an other side connection. She's been waiting quite a long time. Hello, Aaron. How are you, sweetheart?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. Very good. Hold on for a second, love. Let's see what we can get for you. Aaron. We're looking for somebody in spirit for Aaron. Aaron at 440. Hold on. First of all, I feel a male. Okay. I feel either father or even lateral. I keep hearing father figure, but I also feel that there's somebody lateral to you in spirit as well. That's male. In other words, like somebody in your age group. Hold on for a second. Let's see who wants to refine. This is for Aaron. She's calling from 440. Father. Okay. There's a person here says he's father or father figure. That could be, let's be broad at the moment. Salt and pepper hair, some white and a darker massive hair. Good looking man, actually. Slender. Seems more outdoorsman than in what the way he shows right now. He's wearing like a brushed cotton man-tailored shirt with a plaid type of thing on it. That to me symbolizes somebody's more from cooler climate, more outdoorsy. Slender. Seems to be a smoker when he's on Earth. Do you need more information? Do you understand this, honey, for anyone?
I don't. The person I'm thinking of was kind of baldish, so.
Okay, but was he? Let's drop the hair for a moment.
He wasn't a smoker either.
Oh, okay. He wasn't a smoker. Okay. Would you understand somebody then who is slender, but it looks to me like wherever he's living or the way he shows me himself right now, his backdrop reminds me of like mountains or cooler climate, and more in the outdoors realm Would that fit the person you're thinking of, please?
Not really.
All right. Well, then we're going to have to hold him on the side, whoever he is, and ask the real father figure to step forward. Hold on, Aaron. Actually, that man does refine and says he is in the family. He's more like an uncle of yours, and he says he's a brother of your father's. This particular man that I'm talking about right now, who's really good looking, more outdoorsy, and does smoke. I don't know if you don't know him. I don't know what to say, but he's more in the. He is in the family. He's not your father. He's like an uncle. And that he do you know any of your father's brothers, honey?
I don't know like anyone on that side of the family.
Oh, do you know your own father?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, all right. Let the record state then this man who seems to say he's your father's brother is here. I'm not going to stop with him. I just want to acknowledge that, and that he seems to have a background that's like a cowboy. Okay, he doesn't have to literally be one, but there's something about him that's more outdoorsy and more like that. Okay, so let's see. This is for Aaron 440. Can I pull in somebody she knows? Okay. Okay. Well, oh, goodness gracious. Now, I don't know if I'm being influenced or what this, I don't know if I'm being influenced because of what you said or if this is, okay, no, I have to go with it. There's something going on in the lungs that makes this person have difficulty breathing. I'm talking about what I think is the father figure for you, honey, right now. Would you say then that your father might have had lung issues or problems breathing towards the end?
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
As a consequence of something else, yes.
All right, well, because I can't breathe suddenly. The second thing I see is he's carrying extra weight in the stomach area. Would you understand that, please?
Yeah. That's who I think it might be.
All right, and he wears glasses, and of course he's balding in the middle of his head, but you already said that for the person I'm seeing right now is showing me that. Do you understand glasses, please?
Yeah.
All right. Not very athletic looking, or let's put it this way, it looks like he's not carrying a lot of muscles. He is carrying extra weight, particularly in his abdomen area. There's something about the abdomen that's some problematic in some way. Would you understand a problem in that area health-wise?
Yeah.
Okay. Somewhat. Okay, that's fine. But he's telling me that there's a problem in the abdomen. It makes it distended and sticks out a bit when he's alive. He says it was actually kind of painful for him at times. There also seems to be something going on in the abdomen, like a hernia or there's also a herniated disc. He's got something going on in the lower back, and he's got something going. I'm sorry, these are things he's telling me. Herniation. Do you understand? Herniation we'll make it a little broader. Herniation in the lower.
I was so young when I was younger when I knew him, so they didn't really tell me that much.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, then we're going to try to pull in some things you do know about him, but these are beautiful things that you might be able to, what's the word for it? Clarify and validate. So, Dad, do you want to come in for your beautiful daughter and speak to her, please? Give her some information that she can hold on to at this moment. Your beautiful daughter, Aaron. Okay, so he does show me that in his chest area there is a problem, like in a heart attack. Do you understand that, please?
Yeah.
Okay, that's the thing that happened. The other things were side effects of it. In other words, there were other things going on in his body, but they weren't really the main thing. The main thing is the problem with his heart. It's not so much like a heart attack from cardiovascular. It's a heart attack because his heart was not well to begin with. He had a problem with his heart. So it was not like as you get older, you get a heart attack because of cardiovascular. This heart attack was something wrong with the heart itself. Do you understand that, please?
Yeah.
Okay.
Possible.
Yeah. Okay. Do you know how since we're not making a very clear connection, I'm going to have to ask you, please. Do you know how your father died?
Oh, my dad's still alive.
Then why are we trying to pull in your father? I thought you just said that he passed when you were very young.
No, the person I was thinking of passed when I was younger.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
thinking of an uncle.
An uncle, okay. And do you know how he passed, the uncle?
Yeah. So,
Of a stroke. Okay, so it wasn't in his chest cavity, but it was cardiovascular. Okay. All right. And could there possibly have been, but you don't know about the intestines or any of that because you didn't know him that well, and he died when you were very young. He was a little overweight in the stomach area. Do you remember that, honey?
yeah.
Okay. And he wore glasses, you remember that, and he had was follically challenged, if you will. In other words, he didn't have hair on the top of his head, and he wasn't that physically built up. You know, he was a little bit more in the sedentary looking type. Okay. That was a build,
Right.
all right, and so all those things can be confirmed, except for I was talking about something in the abdomen area and also the spine. There's a word herniated in there, so I don't know what that means. I'll just give that to you. All right. Well, he's here. He's here with you. He's from Spirit, saying hello, coming in. He's giving you a little flower to take home, just as a beautiful symbol of love. Nothing more significant than that. Hold on. Let me see if there's anything else he wants to say to you. He's not very clear. Maybe it's because he's been gone so long. Are you doing something in the background, honey?
Nope.
Okay, there's just noise on the line then. Okay, so that's the best I can do for you today. Did you have somebody else in mind that you wanted? Maybe we can bring that person in another time.
Yeah, maybe like a grandmother or grandfather.
Oh, okay. All right, honey. Well, thank you so much for calling in. And we did pull in your uncle, but he's not coming in as clear as I would like. But thank you so much, honey, for calling in.
Thanks.
Thank you, honey. Bye-bye. Yeah, that connection was a little bit skewed, shall we say. Looks to me like her uncle liked to be out of doors when he was younger, and then when he got older, he turned into what we saw there. Okay. I'm looking for who has been waiting a very, very long time, and it looks like it's Amla. Hello, Amla.
Hello.
Hi, sweetie. How are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm good, darling. What can I do for you? If you have a life question, just ask the question. Don't give me background, okay?
Sure. I feel like I'm ready for a relationship, a committed one with me and me alone, and it's just in the sense of just really deeply connected to me. So I'm wondering what you see for that.
All right. Let's see. Amla 860. You will have a relationship eventually. You do need to be. Oh, Jesus! Same message again. There's three. I've already told two people before you. You probably weren't here. That we don't realize where we're blocking, and each of them had their own unique way of blocking. So we're going to see. In your case, you need to be a little bit more flexible about what you're. Hold on.
Okay.
Wait a minute. Let me just get it more detailed, honey. There's more to this than flexible. It's way more than that. Okay, you think you know what you're looking for, but you don't quite have the idea of what is right for you, and so you're looking for things that are good on paper, but not necessarily good at the heart level. We say this is your right. We say this is your guides because you need to get a little bit more familiar with the true sensitivity of what you need inside the person, and drop the exteriors. Now, you're not familiar yet with the full idea of what that is what they're saying. You think you know. They're saying you think you know, but you really don't quite understand.
Yeah.
You don't really quite understand.
Okay.
What we're trying to say to you is the feeling of how it will be with the person is the thing you're missing as you ruminate and project what you'd like. So we would like you to spend time when you're alone, when it's convenient for you, to think about the feeling of how it will feel to be with this person, how he will make you feel, how he'll make you feel loved, and how you will feel when you are in love, how you will partner with each other and be supportive of each other, how you will handle money and how that will feel, what kind of activities you will do together, like for play and also for constructive things, work, what kind of life. They want you to identify the inner workings as if you're in it, more than what you're doing now. They also show me that right now it's like as if you're throwing darts. They literally show me darts, and you're playing that that game of darts. We throw the darts at the bullseye. You're throwing darts at the wall right now. They want you to be a little more specific by doing the exercise they're suggesting. You may have to do the exercise up to 3 to 4 times over a period of weeks or maybe even months, because you will refine it a bit. It's a shaping. It's a shaping process, and all the elements will not be known to you at once. You will have to go through a few different iterations of wrong people before you get it right. And what they give me is like 4 months from now, you'll finally have it right. But don't forget, as you meet people and you think they're right, and then you find out what's missing, add the thing that's missing into your definition of what you're looking for. Because when you do that, it helps you magnetize to attract that person. And then it says 3 tries.
Yes. I'm sorry.
There are going to be 3 tries, and then the 4th one, or there's the number 4. It's either 4 months or 3 tries and the 4th one, but something like that. So be vigilant in your practice and in your introspection and definition, and also keep trying, because that person is there for you. Now, what were you going to say, honey?
Okay, thank you. So basically these are practice people to refine what I'm looking for. So
Right.
I need these experiences. Otherwise, without them, I wouldn't know more.
Right. They're gifts. They're actually gifts. They're gifts for you, because it's hard sometimes to see what works for you till you have the wrong. You know how it is. Sometimes we don't know what we want till we get what we don't want. So these are These are gifts given to you by your guides, your angels, whatever you want to call your divine beings, to show you or help clarify what you really want. So each one is a pearl and a gift, and not a mistake. Okay?
Because that's what it's about. It's experience. So thank you.
You're welcome. All right, sweetie.
All right.
Thank you, love. Blessings, honey. Bye-bye. Bye. Okay, we all could use that advice, right? We all could use that advice, that these people are helping us refine what we really, really want. Okay, I'm not going to go to just listening. I am going to go to Alyssa, who has a life question. Hello, Alyssa. How are you? Hello, Alyssa. Where are you? Okay, she's not there.